I went to bed every night wondering if I was going to be able to pay the next month's rent, you know, if I was going to put gas in my car, if I was going to have food in my fridge. So that's over half of my income when everything around you is telling you you're only supposed to spend, what is it, 25–30% of your income on housing, and you can't do that. And I made too much, just like a little bit too much to even qualify for any type of help. So to be in the middle, to not make enough to get by, but then to not make too little to get help, was frustrating. You know, a single mom from the very beginning. In fact, the first year she was born, we lived in an apartment that was 500 square feet, shared a room. It was a basement apartment because that was the cheapest. So to get in the front door, you had to literally walk downstairs. I never knew how I was going to get out of that, you know. You wake up in the morning and you wonder what her life's going to be like. Is she going to be able to go to college? You know, am I going to be able to buy her Christmas presents this year? Am I going to have to ask for help? Am I going to have to run myself into debt, into credit card debt, just to give my child what everybody else does?
Evansville, like most American cities, is not without its challenges. A lack of decent and affordable housing can weaken our economy and impact health and educational services. That, of course, is a problem we can't ignore.
When you look at statistics, when your child is stable, they do better in school. They don't think about we're leaving house to house. With you having a stable environment and a good home, when you come from a good home, you mean well and you're gonna succeed in life. Absolutely.
In fact, Indiana's child poverty rate is increasing faster than the national average. Right now, more than half of all low-income families spend a third or more of their income on housing. In Vanderburgh County alone, 46% of the population is living below the poverty level or just struggling to make ends meet. It's simple, decent, affordable housing like those offered by Habitat for Humanity of Evansville that helps our families focus on thriving and not just surviving.
I asked them, like, do they like their life now than before? And they say they like it now because they have their own rooms and they don't have to share anything, and it's just like they feel better.
Just like sturdy ground is the foundation of a house, partnerships can be the foundation for Habitat for Humanity. Without it, the structure or the organization can fall. Now, partnerships, whether they be community, corporate, or family, all work together hand in hand to provide affordable housing to those who need it most.
The relationship that I built with the other partner families still continues right now. And I remember them telling us at one of our very first kind of meetings, they said, you know, you never know if you're standing next to a CEO of a company or you're a future neighbor. And they were both right. In both instances, it happened.
I am just as much a part of Habitat as I was when I started the program 5 years ago. I got more support during that year building my house than I think I ever did raising her for the first 5 years. You know, or going and looking for someone to help me, you know, try to get some assistance or help, and it wasn't assistance, it wasn't a program like that. It was a partnership. I learned things, I grew. She's met wonderful people that she still talks to and about today.
Now, Habitat firmly believes that housing is foundational to breaking the cycle of poverty. With access to affordable housing opportunities through Habitat, families can finally provide stability for their children, improve health and well-being among all members of the family, increase educational and job prospects, and become an active community member. During the next 4 years, Habitat will work very closely with housing providers to transform 7 center city neighborhoods in both Evansville and Mount Vernon. Habitat will bring to the table its own unique home ownership method of sweat equity and payback, and more importantly, an intense focus on family support. Habitat realizes that the house is the vehicle and the family's transformation is the outcome. With your help, more houses can be built. More families can be given the necessary tools to succeed in home ownership. and more positive change can take place in the neighborhoods throughout our community. Together, we can transform lives and change neighborhoods.
If you had 100 agencies that you could choose from and you said, I'm going to give the top dollar, I would always say Habitat, because everything else to me will fall into place once they get that home to live in. And I mean, it's just true. It's just real. I've seen it happen. Start with Habitat. Habitat of Evansville. Start there.